And hello, everyone. I want to welcome you guys today to the Business Mastermind show. And today we're going to talk about no excuses and how to stay accountable and keep on track. Now, you may be listening to this over on, I'm just going to mute that. You may be listening to this on my podcast at a future date on Standout Online show with Christina Rose. Sorry about that. So we're going to be recording now, and we're going to get down to business. Hopefully, Heidi's going to be able to get back on, my co-host Heidi Richards-Mooney. But if not, hopefully she'll get on and we'll be able to hear her as well. So first thing we're going to talk about is how to stay accountable. Now, the most important thing you can do when you need to stay accountable is to go back and think about what is your mindset and what is your attitude, because that's going to determine whether you can keep yourself on track and keep yourself accountable. Let me try her one more time. Hopefully we can hear her now, because thoughts come before actions. And of course, actions are going to determine your results. And it's really true. It's what you tell yourself in the morning when you get up is going to determine your day. If you're going to have a lousy day, you're probably thinking lousy thoughts. Or maybe you opened an email that, put you in a bad mood, or saw something on social media or watched the news. And that's going to, that mindset is going to, an attitude is going to continue throughout your entire day. So if you want to keep yourself on track and stay accountable, you have to go back and really look at your mindset and your attitude. Heidi, can we hear you now? Do you want to try to say something? Still can't hear her. I don't know what's going on today. Another thing to remember when you want to keep yourself on track and you want to stay accountable is that when you're feeling stuck and you're feeling like you've been working at something, maybe it's been your business, or maybe you're trying to lose weight, or whatever it is that you've been trying to do, and you're just feeling really stuck, like you're going around in circles, just remember that is temporary. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing that for. Maybe you've been working on your business for years. Nothing is permanent and everything changes. But the key is you got to keep moving forward no matter what, and not allow yourself to give up, because once you give up, then it's over. So as long as you stay in the game and each day just keep trying and trying, you're going to get breakthrough results eventually. It may take a little longer than you expected, but it's going to happen. It's like when you're trying to lose weight and you hit that plateau and, you're just like, well, the hell with it. I'm just going to eat that donut. And that's going to put you back. And instead of saying, you know what, this is just a plateau, or maybe with your business, this is just a slow period right now. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to, get what I want. I just have to stick through it, to stay on the diet, keep doing what I'm doing, and maybe even accelerate your results a little bit so that you start doing more things so that you'll get those results that you're looking for, that you want so desperately. Instead of thinking negative and having your mindset be in a negative state where that's going to prevent you from getting over that hurdle and those roadblocks. So you really want to move forward and keep going forward no matter what. And also, you want to stop, of course, the title of the show is Stop Making Excuses. That is the most important thing. People love to make excuses. How many people out there like to make excuses? Be honest. We all do. Raise your hand. We all make excuses. It makes us feel better somehow to say, well, I couldn't do that today because, I didn't feel good, or I didn't work out because I was too tired. Oh, my knee hurt, my back hurt, or, it's not my fault. That's a big one. It's not my fault that, so-and-so did this, or this client was nasty and did this. And then we use that as an excuse. We'll say, well, I've had a tough day, so you know what? I'm going to quit early and have a glass of wine. To heck with it. And that's where we get into trouble. We make these excuses, and even worse, that we make the excuses, we tell other people. We go up to our spouse or to a family member, or we go on social media. And we've all done this. I've done it myself. We'll get on social media and we'll have a rant. We'll sit there and tell everybody, this happened to me today and I'm so mad. And then all these people love it. They chime in. I did this a couple weeks ago. The cable company decided to just shut off my cable for no reason. My bill was paid. It was a mistake, but it was a Saturday night. I was just about to sit down and watch a movie. No cable, no internet. I was pissed. I was so mad that I went to social media, and then I had all these sympathizers come on and say, yes, we hate Comcast. They're the worst, most terrible company. And I'm like, yes, they are. It made me feel better for a while, but really I was feeding into negativity and riling other people up as well. So in the end, they did fix it. It was frustrating, but everyone makes mistakes. So, it's a lesson for all of us, myself included. We really want to try to, not do that on a daily basis. As soon as something bothers you, stop, take a moment, take a break. And let me see if I get Heidi back here and see if you can, take a deep breath and see if you can look at it from a different perspective. Heidi, do you want to try saying something again? And your sound is on and everything. This is so bizarre. Marie, I've got Marie just muted here for just a second so with feedback. Marie, we can hear you though, right?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear Marie. I don't know what's going on, if it's something with Heidi's connection or with the computer. And last week, our guest had this issue initially, and she was on a Mac as well. So I'm wondering if there's anything going on with the Mac computers, which is interesting. So anyway, we were saying about no excuses, and it's something that we all do and we're all guilty of. Right, Marie? Are we guilty of making excuses?
Yes, we are.
Yes. How many times, do we do that? We're just like, we're blaming other people or saying, you know what? This is happening. Like a lot of people will say it's the economy. It's the president's fault. It's the Republicans. It's the Democrats. We've got a shitty economy. How can I make any money? And we use all these excuses because somehow they make us feel better, but they really don't. Because in the end, all they do is prevent us from seeing clearly and having a great attitude. Because a great attitude is what we need to succeed and to move forward. And we have to constantly be keeping ourselves on track. Now, nobody wakes up every day in a great mood. Nobody wakes up, just bouncing off the walls every single day. Everyone's going to have a bad day. So when you wake up in the morning and you see things going off kilter, you should, you have to get a hold of it and you have to start your day with some inspiration. Some of the things I like to do is I love to listen to podcasts. They're free on your smartphone. You can go, I have an iPhone, so there's a podcast app. I know the Android phones have them as well. There's Stitcher Radio. You could find so many fantastic podcasts that will really, really motivate you and get you out of a bad mood really, really fast. Reading books. I mean, there's fantastic books. Read a couple of pages of a really great book that'll get you motivated. And, it's free too. Go to YouTube. Type in Tony Robbins. Guarantee you watch a little bit of Tony, you will be bouncing off the walls. You will be in a better mood. You're not going to be, you're not going to be feeling, down anymore. Put those certain people in there that who are really people who are really motivating. Are going to keep you on track. So you start off with the right mindset. And if you find yourself during the day getting frustrated, take a break and, read some inspirational quotes or even post. Something I like to do is when I post inspirational quotes a lot on social media, I try to find something that I need for that day, a quote that makes me feel better. And then I share that. And then other people enjoy that as well. So you could even look for a quote that, your quote of the day that you want to share with others that's going to remind you of where you want to be and keep you on track for the day. So, we want to do all these things. And most importantly, we need to create good habits. This is probably the most important step, other than mindset, is creating really good habits that are going to help you stay on track and keep accountable. Your small little habits will result in what, in your success. The little things, they say the little things that you do every day. And it's really, really true. If you go and connect, say on LinkedIn, for example, with 10 to 20 people a day, you're going to build your network. If you go out to networking meetings, you're going to meet people. If you are sending email blasts out to your list, and to make sales, chances are you'll make some sales. But it's something that you really have to do to take those little daily actions every single day and get really organized. The night before, plan out what you want to do for the next day. Write it all down. Plan your day. Don't be aimlessly wandering throughout the day, not knowing what you're going to want to do and randomly answering phone calls and, getting on social media. That's one of the biggest traps. If you don't have a planned day, that's one of the worst things that can happen to you, is that you'll just be aimlessly wandering around, reacting instead of planning and being proactive on what you want to do for the day. Heidi, can we hear you? I hope. Nope, still not, right? It's very, very strange today with Blab. I don't know. I guess it's a new program, so we beggars can't be choosers, right? This is a nice free platform they provided for us to do this, so we'll just roll with the punches, right? We won't complain, right? So really important that you guys create really good small habits. each day that are going to move you forward. One of the habits I like to do for working out is I like to put my workout clothes in the bathroom with my workout shoes, socks, everything I need. So the second I wake up, I just put those clothes on when I'm half asleep. Once I have the workout clothes on, now I've got that habit. Now I say, okay, I have to work out because now I've got my workout clothes on. So it's a really good motivator for that. So those are little habits that you can do, like making lists and, getting organized where you put out your clothes for the next day, where you write everything down, and cross it off after you're done, because that really gets you motivated. But it's really true that, you really, to get yourself motivated to do these habits, what is that step right before? And one of the most important things you can do is watch the self-talk in your head, which will be go back to the thoughts. And I'm going to use working out for an example. If I'm working out and I got my workout clothes on, I'll have two voices in my head, like the angel and the devil. The angel says, go work out now. You got your clothes on. You have to exercise. You want to be healthy. And then the little devil says, oh, look at that. Your neck hurts. Your back hurts. You're tired today. You don't really need to work out. You worked out yesterday. You can skip it. So you've got those two little voices going on each shoulder. So it's really important that you listen to the positive, the one that's telling you to do the good habit, because you're always going to have that negative voice inside your head, whatever habit it may be, who's going to say, you know what, don't make that phone call today. Don't follow up. Go, you deserve a break. Go take a walk or check out Facebook for a while and then make the phone call. So that's how we trick ourselves into getting off track and, avoiding the stuff that we need to do that's not always pleasant to do. And I think that's when it becomes the most difficult time, is that we'll get into something that, is not like making calls. Maybe we don't want to make that sales call, or maybe we don't want to work out. Most people don't, initially want to do it until we're doing it. And we have that negative self-talk kind of talk us out of it. Has that happened to you, Marie? You get that little voice just kind of talking you out of what you want to do. And then sometimes you listen and then you get mad at yourself later for listening, right? It's the same thing when you're on a diet and you say, oh, I'm going to eat so healthy. And then as soon as you get to the restaurant, you're looking at the menu and something looks so good and you're like, screw the diet, I'm eating it. And then you feel bad after. Which we've all done, right? So it's really important that you really try, to listen to that positive voice instead of that negative voice, so that these habits will become ingrained. And that as you do things more and more, as you make more of those sales phone calls, as you put yourself out there more and do what you don't want to do, it's going to get easier. And you're going to be less resistant. And that little voice who was nagging at you and complaining is not going to complain as much anymore. So you really want to do that. Before I move on, I just wanted to mention, if you guys, like what you're hearing, if you could tell a little bird over here on the side here and post on Twitter that we're on live right now. And if you can also, yes, thank you so much for the little hands up. We always like that, and it just tells us if we're staying on track. And that's, really important to do. And I feel so bad that Heidi can't speak. Heidi's pointing down to Marie. Heidi has to do like sign language to us.
I think she's pointing to her hands.
Oh, my hands. Oh, yes. I have 104 little hands. No. Let me see. Can you type it in the side? Because I'm not. Okay. She's going to type what she's saying in the side. I'm not good at reading lips. Are you? So these are really, really important things that you want to do. Now, I want to ask anybody here, if anybody wants to, Marie, you're here right now. Tell us some of the challenges that you're having with staying on track and keeping accountable.
Well, as you know, a couple of months ago, my mom passed away.
Yes, I'm so sorry.
So right now, it's just a matter of getting motivated, getting back on track, I'm kind of losing momentum, and so I want to start again.
So you want to start again, right? Exactly. And something like that is devastating. It will really throw you off track when you have, a tragedy, a life event like that. It's just, everything just comes to a standstill, and it's hard to regroup and get back, back on track. Heidi, I'm reading what you said here. Manage email. Welcome, Dwayne. You're getting a bad echo when I'm speaking? Okay. No?
When I speak?
When Marie speaks. Okay. All right. But not when I'm speaking. Okay. And welcome, Dwayne. Sorry, Dwayne. I don't see what Dwayne wrote here, Heidi. Did Dwayne write something that you wanted me to address? Read my above comments. Okay. Share your goals. Okay. Heidi has some things here in the comments that she wanted me to speak for her because she can't speak right now because for some reason she's muted. Heidi says, share your goals with others. Post your progress on social media. That's a really great one. You know, whatever progress you're making, and you want to celebrate your wins, which is really important. You know, and by putting it on social media, you're going to get a lot of positive feedback where people are going to encourage you even more. It's going to make you feel really good. So that is really a really great plan. Okay, let me see here. I'm getting a bad echo when I speak too. Oh, okay. Thank you for sharing that, Blue Skies. Let me see, things moving so fast here. Let me go back up here to see what else Heidi had to say. Welcome, John and Paul. When we were talking about planning tomorrow's agenda today, very, very important that you do that. You map out if you can map up your week, even better, but at least map out what you're doing for the following day and do that tonight. That's really important to do. You could even start tonight, right? Heidi also says make lists and keep a success journal, which is really, really an important idea too, because then you can remind yourself when you're feeling bad. You know, if you feel like you've really wandered off track and you're having a bad day or a bad week or a slow month, you can go back and look at that success journal and read it and see, you know, remind yourself that you were, you know, you have done well in the past and you will continue to do well right now. I'm just going to mute you because of the feedback, Marina. I'll come right back to you here. So really important that you do that you have that success journal, that you post it on social media when you have a success. And if you do find that you're in a lull and that, you know, things aren't going, you have a really slow month, think back of what you did before you had those successes. So when you're looking back at your journal and you see, okay, I had these new clients, the business was really great in the month of, say, June, and I did all these things. Think about, what did you do before that? What actions did you take? Remind yourself of what you were doing before that success came and duplicate that again. Because a lot of times, you know, we'll put out a lot of energy and action and we'll get a certain result. And then we will kind of be like, okay, I got that. Now I'm feeling good. And we'll slow down and we won't speed up again. And that's where I think a lot of us get stuck, is because, you know, we're, you know, psychologically, we feel like we had a great month or, you know, great few months. So we want to say, oh, I deserve a break now. You know, business was really good the last couple months. And you may not even realize that you're not putting the same amount of effort into what you were, you know, that you were before you got those successes. So that's the times when you're having success is you should be speeding up, not slowing down, because now you're on a roll and you'll do even better. So you shouldn't like turn around and say, okay, now I'm going to slow down. I want to address what Marie had said about, you know, with her mom. I'm going to just unmute you here. You know, really being something, you know, these type of things when you have, especially a loss of a parent, I mean, it's one of the most devastating things, you know, losing parent or losing, God forbid, a child, or, you know, these are devastating life moments. So you have to be kind to yourself too when you encounter something like that, Marie. You know, it's not something that's 1, 2, 3, you know, like it is for some other things. We can easily get ourselves back up. But I think you really need to be kind to yourself and give yourself time to grieve. And, you know, take it slow as you get back into action and get back on track. Don't overwhelm yourself, you know, because you're still processing and dealing with a tragedy in your life. So, you know, of course you want to move forward. You don't want to like have anything stop you, because your mom wouldn't want that and you don't want that. But you want to be able to take it, you know, one step at a time, and maybe instead of giving yourself 5 goals a day, you're going to have one thing every day you're going to do that's going to make you feel better, and it's going to help you get back on track with your business and start, you know, getting that confidence again to get back to where you were before this happened. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Does anybody else, would you like to jump in? Okay, so Heidi's pointing down again, and let me see. Okay, so Heidi, blue skies is Marie. Yes, okay. Oh, here's this. Before I read that, Heidi, let me have Stephanie wants to get in. Let me let her in here. Okay, welcome, Stephanie.
Hi.
Oh, we can hear you. Yay. How are you? So nice to meet you. Where are you from?
I am in Santa Monica, California.
Wow. How's the weather there today?
My husband's about to go run to the beach, so he says it's a nice day out there. But to me, it's getting colder, but we're supposed to have another heat wave. Oh, it's like the weather keeps fluctuating. It's very strange. It was so hot.
Heidi said she was born there, Heidi. She can't talk because we can't hear her, but she said she was born there. We don't know what's going on. I could hear Marie, we could hear you, we could hear me, but for some reason we can't hear Heidi. So tell us about yourself, Stephanie, what you do, and a little bit about yourself.
Sure, of course. I'd love to. I co-own a wellness center in Pacific Palisades. We do acupuncture, massage, and organic facials. I've been doing massage for 29 years. I specialize in working with people with pain and with cancer. So I do oncology massage and acupressure and just regular massage as well. And at our wellness center, we also manufacture herbal formulas for people and pets. My business partner is a doctor of Chinese medicine, and we have, our space is pretty cool. Yeah. Wow,
I love that. I'm all for that. I'm a big pet lover. I have 2 dogs and 2 cats. And do you have a website? Do you sell your products?
Of course, sure. It's QI. It's Chi. It's QI blend. I'll put it in the thing.
Yes, put it in the comments here.
I will.
Oh, that's exciting. So tell us, Stephanie, what is your biggest challenges right now with, staying on track and keeping yourself accountable?
Okay, that's huge because there was just a blab that's still going on, and they were saying, what's the one thing in business that needs to stay on track? And we all got on there, and it was all about organization. And the lady, the queen of Mastermind, Charlene, she actually jumped on the blab and was talking about masterminding, and all that kind of stuff, how she has an accountability mastermind. And then I popped to you guys, and you guys are talking about that exact same thing. Organization.
Oh, wow. Isn't that amazing, right? It must be something in the air today. But we do this show, the Business Mastermind Show, every week because we actually do have a virtual business mastermind program that we run, which is all virtual. And Marie's actually has been in it, so she's can tell you firsthand. And we do assign, we have accountability partners. That's going to be for our new program coming out, which is going to be continuous. And that's one of the things that we're going to be doing is giving everybody, based on kind of matchmaking, giving them that accountability partner, and have a private Facebook group as well as weekly trainings on all these topics. And organization is like at one of the top of the list, as well as marketing, productivity. We're starting actually next week on October 13th at noon. And our first training is going to be about Periscope, how the ins and outs of Periscope and how to profit from it. And then we're going to talk about Blab, and we're going to talk about all things that everyone needs for their business. Wow. Whether it's productivity, organization, marketing, sales,
Why don't you put the link in the thing and I'll write it down?
Sure. Heidi, could you put that in for me? That'll be great because it's really great. The first 25 people in, and we already have a bunch of people signed up. It's normally going to be $97. It's only $37 a month. So it's a really great price, and it's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of information. So you can go check that out. But yes, having an accountability partner, somebody to have to account for. Like one of the things we did when we did we did an 8-week mastermind program was, we would say, what is our high level activity for the week to the group? Everybody would state that. Then by the next week, if you got on there, you didn't do it. It's kind of right, Marie. It was kind of like you would really feel, like really bad. Like, you felt like during the week, gosh, I have to do this task because I'm going to have to report to other people. Yeah. And when you have that kind of little pressure on yourself, it really gets you to do what you don't want to do. And that's like the power of the accountability partner. If you have one person or a bunch of people that you're reporting to, once you've said it, like if you didn't tell anybody what you want to do, then you don't do it. Nobody knows, right? But you. But once you say it out loud, now you have other people, other eyes on you. One of the things you can do too is use social media too. Post on Facebook to your family, friends, and say, this week, this is what I intend to do. And this is my one high level activity for the week. And please keep me accountable if I don't do this by this date. And you see people will comment. Now you're going to have all these people publicly, right?
Oh my God.
That you're going to have to say something to, right? Kind of scary, right? But definitely will work. That will definitely work because you're going to be thinking about it all week. God, I can't go back and be embarrassed. It's like what Tony Robbins says about pain and pleasure. we avoid pain and we go toward pleasure. So if something it's like you don't want to do, but you know you should for your business and it's painful, that's one pain. But it's more painful that if you told people and now you're embarrassed.
So is your program just about accountability, or are there other added things? Because I actually have a business coach and we have an accountability partner.
Oh, great.
I actually, and we switch them every 3 months maybe. And so I've had, my last one was really great. And then sometimes you don't get someone as great. And I'm trying to be as great as what I learned from her, so it's a process. But I don't want to have to be accountable to a bunch of different people. So in your program, what other things, you said something about Periscope.
Well, we're going to be doing a training every week. So we're going to be we use Zoom. I don't know if you're familiar with zoom.us, and it's private. It's like this, but it's private. Oh. So you have to have a link to be invited to it. And we could have up to 25 people at once on the camera. But Heidi and I are going to be doing trainings. We're going to share the screen and do actual business trainings every week. And it's going to range everywhere from Periscope Lab to marketing to funnels to setting up your autoresponder to everything you need. We want to really break it down into bite-sized chunks so everybody can actually know how to do these things. And then if you
what, let me just because I'm sure you guys are already doing this, but wow, that's so cool, because it's exactly what somebody needs who has a business to stay organized, to know how to do all these things. And if you don't know how to do, it's like, I'm the type of person, just so you guys know, for your, creating your training material, that needs the basics. A, you do this. B, you do this. Step by step by step by step. So just, so there's people out there like me who really need to hear it basic,
Exactly. And that's actually, that's probably, Marie, would you agree? That's probably everybody that we know needs that, because, we could teach, we've done social media programs even over 6 weeks, but when you cover all of the different social media channels and within an hour training, it's overwhelming, in big chunks. So that's why we wanted to really break it down to specific things, step by step, of how, like for Periscope example, we're going to show you, all right, now you go on, you download the app. Now this is how you connect with people. This is how buttons you press. We're going to go down specifics and break it down. This way you can rewatch the videos again and know exactly how to do these things, like how to even create your own blab show, how to promote, how to do, it's going to be the topics it's going to be one every week. We have over 60 something topics already, even on the website, if you click for the full list. Marketing and, different things that, we're going to initiate how to use postcard marketing, how to do some things too that you don't find, offline and online as well.
And if you can't get on at the same time as your thing, there's a replay and everything, obviously.
Yes, we're going to have a replay. The people who were on at the time, we're going to also let them jump in like you did for the hot seat. But there's going to be a replay every week. There's going to be a memberships. It's a membership, so you'll log in and you'll have a portal where you can watch that video and that training and any, PDFs or any worksheets. What we really are, a big goal for this is for everybody to actually then, after we say the training, so let's say Periscope, for example, we want everybody to go out, and that week your task is to do a Periscope. And then we want you to post the replay in the private Facebook group. Yeah. So that's going to be the type of thing we're going to do. So now, not just, theory, let's, tell you how to do it. You go out and do it during the week, you post it, and we come back and now it's done. Now you've mastered that. So I think that's going to be a really great way, because too many times we see and people take trainings and they never put any of it into action.
Right. That's awesome. That's awesome.
We're all guilty of it, right?
I can't wait to, I am a Periscoping queen. I think I have 66 and I target them to whatever I'm doing, one about facials, one about the pet product, one about, whatever we're doing, fun kind of stuff. And then I do put them on my Facebook, but then I look forward to learning from you about, what YouTube and how to list them and things like that, because we only do so much. So it's like.
And it's a great tool for repurposing. That's going to be a big part of next week, is the repurposing of them. You could really, we put our Periscopes even on LinkedIn Pulse articles. we reuse them and we spread them around, and there's so many different uses that you can repurpose
My
it.
business coach wants me to, to use them for blogging, like write a few things. Like if I did a Periscope on a product or something, then to write a little something about it and then lead them to the, to the video in a blog.
Oh, yes.
That kind of thing.
Well, you have the perfect business for that.
What you're supposed to do, but how to do it, that's another question. So
that's it, right? You want to know exactly how to do. We're going to show how to do those type of things with, especially that's great because Periscope is fantastic for you. I mean, pets and stuff that you're doing. I'm interested already just because you said that, having pets. Heidi has pets. Marie, do you have any pets?
Yeah, I have 4 dogs and 2 cats.
Oh, there you go. You have all customers here. Everybody, and we love our pets. And like, I'm one of these crazy pet parents. My little Maltese rides in a stroller, leopard print stroller. He's a big baby. And they don't eat, they eat wellness food, but they don't eat unless I put like sweet potatoes and apples. And they're so spoiled. Broccoli. So I'm that type of pet owner, if something's good, like holistic or something, I'm like very picky. I want them to have the best. So that's when you said that, I'm like, wow, that's really, really good.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see your website because that's really interesting.
I just put both the websites in the link, the one for the pet products and then the one for our wellness center.
Wow, that's fantastic.
And I'll go off so someone else can ask a question, but thank you. And I definitely am interested in I'm going to go check out your website. And then
thank you so much. Yeah, it's just yes, Stephanie, thank you so much. If anybody doesn't see the comments, if this is a replay, it's businessmasterymastermind.com. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty easy domain name. And I would love for you to join. You have a lot to bring on the table here with that. That's fantastic. I'm going to check out your website. Thank you, Stephanie. So let me read what Heidi had to say here. Her website, if anybody doesn't see this on the side here, is QIBlends, BLENDS.com or Oasis. Palisade, PALISADES.com. That's also on the side. And let me see what Heidi has to say here. Heidi's actually periscoping this right now. Hi, everybody on Periscope. And we're getting lots of hearts. That's fantastic. We talked about repurposing. And let's see. Okay, just want to see if there's anything I missed from Heidi. Oh, here we go. Here. Okay, so Heidi also says, use tools like any.do mobile. It's a to-do list manager. And on Google Chrome, you can use Wunderlist, which is WUNDERLIST.com. And that's on Chrome. And that also helps you make lists like we were talking about and getting organized so you stay on track. I'm just reading here what else she says. It's another list creator you can use for shopping lists, plan holidays, manage multiple projects, and you can share these lists with others. The bottom line is keep it simple. We tend to overcomplicate many aspects of our lives, which are not necessary and can hinder progress. Very true. Try to find the simplest path to reach goals and accomplish tasks. That's very, very good advice. Heidi says baby steps and bite-sized pieces work well, especially when you're overwhelmed. And that is really, really true. When you're feeling overwhelmed, and it could be that you took a training and you come back from the training. We just did Friday a whole day LinkedIn training. And, that could be, it's a lot of information. So what you want to do when you come back from any sort of training is go over your notes and then just take a couple of, like Heidi said, small bite-sized action steps each day that you break it down that you can do so you don't feel overwhelmed. Because a lot of times when we feel overwhelmed, we do nothing. We become paralyzed with fear and we're like, I can't do it. Forget it. It's too much. But any tiny step you take in the right direction is one step forward toward your goals. So as long as you keep moving forward and keep taking those little steps over and over again, you're going to see yourself moving in the right direction. And that's really what our mastermind program is all about at businessmasterymastermind.com is keeping you accountable, keeping you on track, and helping you with your mindset, productivity, organization, and all the business skills that you need so you can really grow your business, instead of, getting stuck in overwhelm and inaction and not taking the action that you need to do. So does anybody else? I see more messages. Let me scroll down here. I'm just going to put that. So I hear some banging. Okay. So let me see what else Heidi has to say. Okay. Hi, Chris. Hi, Jody. Just watched a video on this last night. Looks great, free. She put a link in here, google.com/keep. Well, that's interesting. Thank you for that. Let's see. Okay, Heidi says hello to Jody and Chris. And also follow us, guys. Follow us all here. We will follow you back. This way we can, be connected. And Miss Stove Sky Khan was watching on Periscope. Wonderful. I'm going to follow everybody back. So just follow me, because then when I go and I see that you followed me, I'm going to follow you right back here. So we Jeremy. Hello, Jeremy. Does anybody have any questions? Anybody else want to jump into this seat over here and ask any questions and tell us about what your challenges are, with keeping on track and keeping accountable? Let me see if Heidi, do you have any other comments too that you want me to speak for you? I feel so bad for Heidi. Usually it's me. The last couple of weeks, I was just thrown off of these blabs. My whole computer shut down 2 weeks in a row. It was very strange. But now it's Heidi's turn for technical problems. We all get them. So Heidi's probably going to be typing something there so I can speak for her. So yeah, another thing to do, which I really like to do. Now I think I was blurry for a second. One of the things I really like to do is to use a reward system to keep myself accountable. And how this looks is I will put down something for the day or for the week, something small, say for the day. I will say, you know what, if I get everything done, these top 3 things on my to-do list today, I'm going to watch one of my favorite TV programs tonight. That's my reward. Or I'm going to have a glass of wine. Anything that's a little reward. Now you can make bigger rewards for bigger goals. You can say, if I get 3 new clients this month, I'm going to go out and get myself the Apple Watch, or I'm going to go buy myself a new dress. It could be something very small. I'm going to buy a new book. But give yourself something to look forward to, because, we're adults, but we're really all like kids. Deep down, we're really, we get that, to be rewarded, to be excited, to have something to work toward. You find that children are like that. If you give them, an incentive, they're going to, you say, just go clean your room. They don't want to do it. But you say, you know what, if you do all your chores this week, you're going to get an allowance. We'll go out for ice cream. You're going to have your kid buzzing around the house because they want, getting things done because they want to get that ice cream or that reward. So use that same sort of trick with yourself, plan little things. Maybe if it's, if you have a really big goal, then set, a big reward. If say your goal is to, make an extra $100,000 this year, well, maybe then you deserve to go on a cruise or get that car that you wanted or whatever it may be. But set little tiny goals for the day. Make sure you do those, and bigger goals. So the little goals can be simple. You're going to go to a movie. You're going to have a glass of wine. You're going to take a nap. I mean, how many people allow themselves to take a nap, and enjoy that, or go get a massage? Anything that makes you feel good and that will help push you along to accomplishing your goals is really important. So I'm going to read here what Heidi said. Heidi said, Invictus Sales wrote, any tips on how to get an existing brand placed in big box brick and mortar stores? Okay. Any tips on how to get a brand placed in a big brand? Well, you could go on Shark Tank. That's one way. But all right, that might be a little difficult. How to get existing brand? Okay, I think what's really with something like that, obviously you've got to build your brand and you've got to show sales. I mean, I'm thinking, I've watched Shark Tank before, and, they always ask, what is your numbers? For how much have you done in the last year, in the last 6 months? And I think, to get get into I don't have experience personally with getting into brick and mortar stores, but, you're obviously going to have one thing, you need some connections, I'm assuming. And you're also going to be having to show sales that you've done if you're doing that online. I don't know if you're currently online or not, so you can let us know. But those are a couple of things. Heidi, do you have any advice that you want to type in? Because Heidi might know a little bit more about that. And let's see. Okay. Oh, and Heidi rewarded herself after our LinkedIn training by buying a new outfit. Very good, Heidi. Perfect. Now, Jody says, I'm arriving late. Have you already mentioned if you have a structured mastermind group that meets regularly? Yes, Jody, we do, actually. We're starting next week on October 13th, and it's virtual. And we use a system called Zoom.us, which is very similar here to Blab, but it's private. We can have up to 25 people masterminding and talking at the same time. So we do a training every week where we teach you something live, and then we open it up and we do some jumping in the hot seat and masterminding. And we also have a a private Facebook group and and a private membership where we will give you the copy of the recording and of the trainings. And we do a different training, very specific every week. We also assign you an accountability partner within the group. So for example, I was just mentioning before, we're going to do a training on Periscope next week. We're going to be screen sharing, and I actually have with Zoom, I can actually show you right on my phone. I can mirror it onto the computer, and I can go through my phone and show you all the settings, exactly what to do on Periscope. And then we're going to open it up and have people jump into the hot seat. And then our challenge to everybody is do a Periscope for that week using what we just taught you, get X amount of followers, follow this many people, and then everybody posts their results and meets virtually with their accountability partner, either by Facebook messaging, email, or even if they want to, Skype or get on live stream during the week together. So it's going to be really great. That is at Heidi. If you want to stick the link in one more time, that is at businessmasterymastermind.com. And you can read more about it there. And we made it very affordable. First 25 people in, it's only $37 a month. We already have almost half of that taken already. I haven't updated the website yet because we haven't even, we just first time publicly releasing this by email today. Great, Jody. We would love to see you, and you can check that out. And hello, Daydreamer. And hello, Oh Natural Aroma. You guys, if you want to put your names in there, that would be great. And thank you, Marie, so much for joining us. I think Marie is off right now, and we look forward to seeing Marie. Will be in our mastermind, so we're looking forward to seeing her there as well. And let me see. Heidi says, okay, back to, we were talking before. Let's see. Okay. About getting your brand. We had a question about getting your brand into brick and mortar stores. Heidi's advice is start making connections with decision makers and those who know them. Ask everyone if they know someone. Go into your local stores and ask for the decision maker. Start there. I also want to add to that, LinkedIn is your place in Vixis sales, because that's going to be the place where you're going to easily find the people in that industry. You want to connect with them. And one trick I use is I will follow certain companies, and then I will connect with everyone who's connected to that company. And then I will, once say they're employees of a certain company, I'll connect with all the employees, and then I'll connect with the CEO, the president. Now they'll accept me more readily because they've already seen that I'm connected mutually to all of their employees. So they'll be like, who is this person? Okay, seems legit. Let me accept her, and I'm following their page. So it's a really good little trick to do if you want to follow a company. Follow their page, get to know the people who work there, and, through LinkedIn, and then follow the decision maker, CEO, president, marketing director, whoever you need to be in front of. And share great content on LinkedIn so they see stuff about your company. Now you're on their radar. Also joining groups. Try to look for groups that are in that industry, and with people who handle that. And I'm sure there's people who do represent in that industry, people who do placement, product placement. Those are the type of people you want to search for, and you're going to find all your people on LinkedIn. That's the best social media outlet for something like that. Heidi also says, ask if you can meet with the decision makers and show them your product. Very important as well. Very good idea. So let me just scroll down, see if there's any more questions. Okay, Heidi says, follow the company. Yep, and then connect with all the employees and follow their Facebook page too. And also call the large box distributors and see if you can show them your product. That's a very good advice, Heidi. Okay, I see a caller here, but I don't know who this is, and they have an egghead here. And I accepted Marie because we know her. But if you don't have a picture, I really probably not going to have you come in here. Right now. So if you want, you can just kind of chat with us. We get to know you first, because we had a couple of experiences here on Blab with, unpleasant things popping in Periscope too. So it's really important. Don't have an egghead either on Periscope or on Blab. Get your photo up. Really, really important. So these are basically the things you want to do. And if you can join a mastermind, it would be great if if you want to check us out and join our mastermind. It's going to be incredible. Because we have some great people already signed up. And I love seeing the results. I mean, we've had amazing results from our past groups of masterminds. We've been doing this a long time, both Heidi and I. And it's virtual. We moved it over. I used to run the Women Helping Women Mastermind, and Heidi has her mastermind. network. And I used to do a lot of in-person masterminding and networking meetings and mastermind roundtables. And I was wondering, when we moved it this summer, we moved over to virtual masterminding, and I was wondering how that process was going to be. And with what we use, the zoom.us, and how we're right now talking, and I call it kind of like the Brady Bunch, because you have all the little boxes of people talking together. You really feel like you're just sitting in a living room or at a table together. It's amazing. You know, you can get to know people from all over the country. We had one of our members was in San Diego, some were here in Florida, and it just, right, Heidi, wasn't it wonderful? We just really got to know people on a really deep level. And Heidi says people like Walt Disney, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, they've all been part of masterminds. And of course, Napoleon Hill, which we all know. And he said that the mastermind becomes like the third mind. And we found that to be so true. Like Heidi and I will be giving advice. We'll be talking, with someone in the hot seat. And all of a sudden, someone from the mastermind will jump in and we'll be like, wow, they'll give just a suggestion that we didn't think of. That's that. And it's like, it's amazing how the energy when we're masterminding a person's business issue, how when everybody's jumping in together, how these like amazing things just come out of that, these ideas that were like, wow, where did that come from? That's fantastic. And it's really, really powerful. There's nothing better than a mastermind. Let me see. Heidi, do you have anything else you want to say about masterminding? Okay. Napoleon Hill, Ben Franklin. I didn't know that. And many more. Lisa, and I never pronounced Lisa's last name right. She can't tell me because she can't. Lisa, Randy Gage, Bob Berg, J.B. Glossinger, Sharon Lecter, and I always say her name. It's Jimenzez. I'm not going to pronounce it because I'll botch it. I have a bad problem with that. I can't read your lips, Heidi. Poor Heidi. I feel like Heidi has laryngitis today. Like she's, but okay. Jimenez? Okay, Jimenez. Okay, we'll say that. And Gina Carr is also, these are all people who are in masterminds. And I think everyone, that's really what I've heard. It's different levels of masterminding too. There's a lot of super, super successful people who go in masterminds who pay up to, $50,000 a year or more to mastermind. You can really be in some high end masterminds with some really phenomenal people. And you work your way up to that as, there's different levels of masterminds. It's getting with the right group of people and people who are like-minded, who have the same goals and ideas. And that's one of the things when we're going to be matching our accountability partners, we're going to make sure, that the people have similar interests and similar goals. If two people are online marketers, they'd be a good fit. If somebody's a brick and mortar with another brick, because you're going to have the same sort of, goals and interests as your accountability partner. You can understand each other a little bit better as far as if somebody has nothing in common whatsoever. So we're going to be taking a look at that and matching people up, kind of like matchmaking within the group. Next week, yes, our show is going to be, the Business Mastermind will be at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight, Eastern Standard. I don't know if we're turning the clocks back next week. And at noon sharp, we're going to be starting the very first mastermind training, which will be on how to profit from Periscope, the ins and outs of Periscope, how to build your following, how to repurpose Periscopes, everything you need to know about Periscope. And then we're going to open up for the hot seat. That's going to be private. If you'd like to join that, just go to businessmasterymastermind.com and sign up there. It's right now, like I mentioned before, $37 a month. It's a no-brainer, very low. It will be $97. We're just doing this for the first 25 people. I think we have about 12 spots left right now. And I don't even know if your email, my emails have not even gone out yet to my list. Let's see, how to profit from Periscope will be private, right? Business Mastery Mastermind. Well, I want to thank everyone who's watching today. This was a lot of fun. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Marie. Both wonderful. It was so wonderful being here with Heidi, even though she can't speak. Thank you, Heidi, for typing. This was great. And thank you all the Periscopers who were watching this. And thank you so much. And we will see, hopefully we're going to see you next week. And hopefully you'll go over to the site too and join us for the Mastermind group. We would love to have you be a part of it. Thank you so much. Take care.